All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for hopping on. I am Debbie Bry, if I haven't met you before, and I am one of your upline leaders. You may have a whole bunch of uplines, or you may just have a couple, but welcome. Raise your hand if it's your first call. Oh, Sean Marie and Sue, I see hands up. All right, well, welcome. If you have your camera off and you want to turn it on so we can see, you can, but you don't have to, but it is a lot more fun seeing faces. We don't judge anyone if you're in your pajamas or anything. Don't worry about it. All right. As you know, I've kind of shifted and I do recognition live. We're not doing recognition on the call, so we can make it a little bit more efficient and help you guys get through more of a 30-minute call instead of having to be on longer. Because I know corporate offers a lot more calls these days, and so we're kind of torn between lots of places to go get information. But I'm super excited about today's call. Because Leslie is going to share some great stuff with us. Before she shares, I just want to go over something, kind of the reasoning behind talking about beauty bars. The key to our business is new. All right. It's new customers, new hostesses, new teammates, new subscription box subscribers. We always want to have new, right? Just like every brick and mortar store needs new. If they only ever, current people, some of them fade away. You lose people. So you always have to have new people coming in. All right. One new means growth. One great way to get new business is through different types of sales, right? You can sell one-on-one, but some different ways I wrote down. You can do beauty bars or nail bars, however you want to call them, in all different ways. You can do them in person at somebody's house. You could do them in a coffee shop with a small group of people. You can do a one-on-one. Actually today on one of our calls, the gal talked about instead of a wine tasting, she called it a beauty tasting, and she makes little cards. And so you would go and she can do it one-on-one or in a small group, but you're having them try all the different products and take notes of what they like. And at the end, they can choose what they want to order. And then they have a list of the things they know, if they don't get everything, then what they would want later. So that's a fun spin on it that I haven't heard. You could teach a beauty class, instead of calling it a beauty party or a nail bar or a beauty bar, it could be a beauty class where you're teaching them how to put the products on, via Zoom or in person. You can do a messenger party. You can do a text party. You can do Facebook parties. You can do vending events, as we know. You can do pop-ups in stores. You can do, like coming up, you could do a Galentine's Girls Night In. I'll share a great Galentine's beauty bar with everybody after that. Some people in one of my groups have been sharing some beautiful beauty bar graphics that I'll get shared with all current products in it. I challenge everybody to try that this week. Set up a night where you can host a party in your VIP group and just get your VIPs to come. And that may encourage them to invite more people into your VIP, but at least gets the stuff in front of them and gets you practicing a beauty bar if you haven't done one in a while. All of these are different ways that you can do and get current customers and get out there and get new customers. And there's many, many more ways. I was just brainstorming a list as quick as I could. Mystery hostess, another way. Like I think I'm going to turn my Galentine's party into a mystery hostess because I haven't done one in a while, where instead of them shopping through my link, I'll set up a link and I'll pick a name or a couple names. We'll see how high the sales are, and they will get the hostess credit. So there's all sorts of ways you can do it, but the key is you want to have new people at these events, not just your same customers. All right, new people. Or remember, one key thing is you can go back to people you've talked to before because we have new products. Like I just sold lip products to 2 people this week. Well, between this week and the other day, over the weekend, because they didn't wear the polish, but they've been dying to try the lip oil. Yes, I had some lip oil. Sorry, I did get some. I got some early. So the people who didn't wear the polish before may be open to the new product. So don't be shy to revisit people about your new products, about the mascara, about the bronzer and the makeup. That's how I've gotten a lot of new customers that are not new friends, but they're friends that weren't wearing the polish. So don't be scared to go back and revisit it. Okay, without further ado, I know we're all dying to see Leslie and hear from Leslie and her messenger party that has been working really well for her. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Leslie, and let you tell us all about it.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm going to try and share my screen here with you. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I haven't taught virtually in a couple of years, so I have to get reused to how I used to do all this. So I was trying to come up with a way to introduce this to you, and keep it simple is what came to mind. I am one that likes to have everything really, really well planned out ahead of time. And when I came up with this plan, it was a really quick, like, I have a party starting in 45 minutes and I want to do something different, but I don't know what that's going to look like. And I just started putting some things together. So I'll tell you in a minute where my inspiration came from. But for anyone who doesn't know me, just a little bit about myself. My name is Leslie Trayers. I've been with Color Street for 6 years. My colorversary was just a couple days ago, February 3rd. I am married and we have 3 kids, and 2 8-year-olds and a almost 5-year-old. And I teach first grade during the day. So first graders are my audience during the day, and then I get to come and you guys get to be my audience tonight. So,
Sorry, Grace. Geez.
Is this scroll party an idea that you can use? I was kind of thinking about like how I landed on this plan. So, do you have a limited amount of time, either for planning or for carrying out the party? We're all really busy. As you saw my list of things I have going on in my life, I wanted to, condense it down and make it something that was simple and easy to do. Also, I was thinking about what I do in parties. When I join parties for friends, I don't want to sit and read through a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I don't have time for that. And so I kind of kept that in mind as I was creating my different posts. The second thing I put on here, do you need something new that excites you? I've done my parties 100 different ways in the last 6 years, maybe more. Like, I'm always changing and tweaking, and I find something new and I add it in, and I get tired of this and I take it out. So this is just my new tweaked version. I've probably done 3 or 4 different styles of messenger parties at this point. For C, I said, do you have nerves about parties? And what I mean about that is, for a while, I was not having successful parties. And so it was making me nervous to ask people because I didn't want to promise them something that I felt like I couldn't deliver on. But this new way is working really well. And I feel like, when I reach out to customers and to their friends, like, I can follow through with this and it's going to be successful for them. So, and maybe you're in all of the above. Maybe all of these things are, what you're looking for, and this scroll party might be for you. So I got my inspiration from a couple different places, and after we get off of the team meeting, I am going to post in Beautifully Polished, and I'll put like the links to everything I talk about, as well as the verbiage that I use. So that'll all be available to you guys. So definitely take your notes so that, it makes sense to you later, but I'll have it laid out for you too. So if any of you are in the One Team page that the Gemstones put together, there's been a lot of really great trainings in there. And I watched one by Anita Roy where she was talking about, you know, different styles of parties and well, and how, I think it was specifically how to book parties, but then she talked a little bit about a party she had done recently. So I had jotted down like her post ideas. And then I've also used the Canva link, which I know Debbie's going to talk about tonight too. I've used that in the past and I really like it. And so I kind of put those two ideas together to create what I'm going to show you tonight. So I know everybody always asks about how to even get that booking to start with. So I put that in here. This was the exact wording that I used with my gal. She's had parties with me before. We've never done a messenger party together though. Usually she does a more traditional like Facebook party. So I threw out there the new core collection, like that was what was coming up. And I always like to, you know, because everybody's going to want to shop those new things, right? Like now I would probably switch over to St. Patrick's Day. Like, hey, we've got St. Patrick's meals coming. You know, do you want to host? So the first steps that I do about 2 days before the party, I create my messenger group, like my chat group. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm sure any of your upline or your sideline sisters, any of us would help you to figure out how to do that. So I didn't want to go into detail about that tonight. But the one tip that I will give you is that you do need 2 people with yourself in order to start that chat. So you might want to do like your host, and then if they booked from somebody, like you can put that person into your chat, or like have a friend or your sister or whoever that is okay with being put into it, because you need more than just you and the hostess to get it started. And then this is not a have to do, but one thing I like to do is I give it a title. Like you can see the example I'm using here, Lindsay's Winter Social. And then you can even give it a theme. Like they had a Winter Wonderland theme. Again, not a have to do, but it's just kind of fun. You can add in keywords. I put in like 3 keywords that are used a lot, like party, nails, and I don't know, I don't know what the third one was, but it'll do like fun things, like lots of smiley faces, and it just kind of makes the atmosphere more fun and party-like as you're doing it. And then I send a screenshot of this screen to my hostess, and I say, you know, and I give her some verbiage of, you know, and talk about like privately messaging people, not just dumping a bunch of people into this chat. And usually they're really good about it. I feel like they're better about it with the messenger chat than they are with a Facebook group. And then I show her like where she can add and invite them, either by sending the link or adding them in. So that gets everything set up. So you're going to see a lot of screenshots of just exactly what I put into. This was from a messenger party I did last week. And so I start out like the day before with an introduction, my name, how it's going to work, that it's going to start at 8 o'clock. It's going to go through 8:30. That's all I do is 30 minutes. And then the other thing that I added after this post was I gave them the link to the digital catalog so that they can start looking through it before we even meet the next night. And then that brings you to the party day. I like to offer some prizes. I think it gets them more involved. This is, again, not a have to do. But here, the first post, probably like 3 hours before, I said, hey, remember tonight, we have the messenger party at 8 o'clock. Like, can't wait to see you there. And then probably about 5 minutes before the party starts, I post this where it shows like what they can earn points for. And then the second piece there is I ask them to tell me how they know the hostess, and then I share how I know her. So this person in particular, I happen to only know because of Color Street. And the reason I do that, there's 3 different things I gain from that. I have a way to kind of make a connection with them through a private message if I get that opportunity later. I have something to chat with them about in the messenger thread right then. That's kind of another reason I really like these is not only is it quick, but it feels more like a conversation with these people in there, you know, like we're chatting back and forth. You won't see as much of that in here because I really kept it to just more my posts. But there's just a lot of interaction with the guests. And then the third reason that I like to know how they know Lynn, or the third reason is because I offered them accent nails if they comment, and that gives me an opportunity to upgrade their accent nails later if they book. So I'll show that to you later, but I like to reach out and say, hey, I'd like to upgrade your accent nails to a full set of nails, or I've even started going to other things like a full set of nails or cuticle oil, or whatever you want to do if you book a party in February or March. So that's why I like to start out with that question. And then I start with, I call them posts, but really I'm just, posting in the messenger thread. So I told them what to expect. I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes sharing, a brief version of what Color Street is, and, feel free to ask questions. And then I start with our nail strips and I post the application video. And then I ask them, do you have any questions about application? And I can also kind of feel out who knows how to, about Color Street and who doesn't. Like I had some gals that were like, oh, that's so cool. Or, and then other gals that were commenting because they're more familiar with it. So then I go into kind of my post number 2, and I try to keep it about every 5 minutes, but again, you can kind of feel how the conversation's going. Like if it feels like the conversation in the thread is starting to lull, then I'll post something else. So the next thing that I said was, if all you could keep were 3 makeup items, what would they be? And so here I did include a couple answers. Like, so Karen says mascara, eyeliner, and lip gloss. Okay, great. So that gave me an opportunity to, say, yeah, I can't go anywhere without my mascara either. And I've become a really big fan of throwing on lip balm or lip gloss. So again, getting us talking about products that I'm going to be introducing. And then I would say these next 3 posts are my biggest bang for my buck. I share, and it's funny because I had never thought to do this before, and maybe it's because we have so many products now, but instead of trying to share every single thing Color Street has to offer, I am sharing my top 3 favorite things. And I stay on there, like the nail strips are what brought me here. They will always be my favorite, but now that we're getting into makeup, like here is what I love the most. And so then I talk about the Triflex mascara, and I post, and these were graphics I already had made for other things. So I was not remaking anything for this messenger party. I just had a picture of me wearing the mascara, and that was what I posted. And then I went into my second thing, the tinted lip balm, and used some of Color Street's own wording of how they talk about the lip balm, and then posted, that's a picture of me wearing it. And then the third thing that I shared was the nail polish remover. Honestly, the lip oil would have been my favorite, but I was strategic in that I didn't want to offer something in those 3 that they couldn't get right then, right? And so I talked about the nail polish remover. That got everybody chatting because people who had used Color Street before, were curious about how it worked on glitters, because we know our glitters can be stubborn. That was the other piece. When I talked about the mascara, they were asking questions about waterproof, not waterproof. And so those are all really great things that can get people talking. And the part, at this specific party last week, I had multiple lip balm orders, multiple mascara orders. I have people on my waterproof mascara restock list for when that comes back. So just by sharing what my favorites were, that definitely, I think, trended what people ended up purchasing. So, as Debbie said, we want to get connected with new customers. We want to, keep them coming back. So the next post I shared was about, Lindsay, who was my hostess. She's already a member of my VIP. Here's how you can join us. And I reminded them that they can get 5 points for joining the group. And so, gals were commenting, done, done, done. So again, it's encouraging everyone to hop on there and do the same thing. And then I went into the color play box, and this one was before we knew what March was. So I shared the little sneak peek, and I talked about all the, different reasons that we love it. And then I shared my link. And then that's another way that they can earn bonus point or earn points too. And then, so a special, right? At the time I did this party, the Galentine, the special was going on with the nails and makeup products, and then the bonus lip balm. So, and the shipping. So I talked about all that. So I made sure, and I think it was the last night that it was available. So I made sure that they knew when they went to place that order, what that was all about. And then, and I think on that last one, I say, yep, I promised to keep this short and sweet. And so this was like at 8:30, this was a half an hour. So I'm going to end the night with what the deal that they're offering. And that post 9, I just said, I'll be available for about the next half hour if you have questions, so that way they know I'm not just like dropping them at 8:30 and walking away. And on this group of ladies, like I was chatting with them probably almost another hour. They had a lot of questions. They had, it was very fun. But that's not always the case, just usually a few more minutes and they wrap it up and they get their orders in. And so of course, then I add her ordering link in there. So that's like the last thing they see as I leave them. No, I did show you that already. Okay. And I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh, that was it. So, and you can continue the conversation here, right? So I had somebody that asked about retiring sets. So I posted what the graphic of what was retiring. Then as they were looking through the link, somebody was like, what are these Manny charms about? So that gave me a chance. I shared some nail fees of different ones with the Manny charms. She ended up buying the Manny charm bundle. It was like, so all those conversations give you more opportunities of things to post in there that everybody can see. Somebody asked about the St. Patrick's set, which I said, we don't have those quite yet. And, I'm thinking they're probably coming soon, but then I posted some I had in my inventory to see if anybody would be interested in those. So just looking for those opportunities that you can put other things in there past just these like straight 9 posts. So yeah, that was the other thing. I post thank yous as they're going through. So I just picked one of the sets that she ordered and I just threw thank you on there real quick and put it in there. And then she was one that ordered a mascara. So I just mentioned, I can't wait to see what you think of it. And I did that for each person that ordered.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you send a thank you to them in the group or do you send it to them privately?
So I do it right in the messenger thread.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
I don't know. Some people might feel funny about that. I just think it's nice that everyone else gets to see like what other people are ordering. I do it in my VIP group too. Like if someone places an order, I post a thank you and I post like nail fees or whatever of what they ordered. I've just always found that everybody likes to see what other people are getting.
I was just curious because I didn't know if that would make it like too messy. So I was just curious what you did.
Yeah, no, I don't think it does. And like I said, in my VIP group, I will post like everything they ordered usually so they can see. For this one, I just picked like one picture and said thank you with it and called it good.
Okay, that's why. Because I was just say, yeah, I get a little crazy and I post everything in my VIP group too.
Yeah. So then I wrapped it up. I mean, again, these are just screenshots. I will type up, or I have a typed up version that I'm going to share in the group of more of all the things that I say. But I just thank them again. I remind them that it's going to stay open for a couple of nights. And then I shared their shopping link one last time and the points one last time. So again, that's the last thing that they're seeing. And then the next day, I follow up. Like when I got back up the next morning, I had more questions about the mascara. So I followed up and answered those. It happened to be February 1st the next day. So we woke up to some new exciting ideas. So I got back in there and I said, you know, here's March's sub box. We have Black History Month. Yeah, you know. So that doesn't always happen, but I was able to share that very next day some other new exciting things. As I mentioned before, I follow up with anybody who orders and I offer to upgrade their accent meals to a full set of meals. And I did, from this party in particular, I have another booking. So we're going to do another messenger party in a couple weeks. And then follow up with any guests that didn't order. Like, hey, wanted to make sure you had time. I know life is chaos. Here's her ordering link. And then I just announced the winner of the free set. And that's it. So that was a lot of talking, but I hope that kept it simple. Like, right? Like it's just a few posts, it's a half an hour, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it. Thank you.
I have a question.
Leslie.
Quick question. Do you have you noticed if there's a sweet spot as far as how many people you have in the chat?
Honestly, I haven't tracked that. I've had really successful ones with as few as like 4 or 5. And then, you know, I would say typically it's like in between like 10 to 20. But I think it's mostly about the quality of the people that are there, right? Like if your hostess has done her job and she's asked the people and she's told them what to expect, like, hey, I'm going to put you into a messenger chat, then that typically makes for a more successful party than anything.
Right. Yeah. I just didn't know if there was like too many, you know what I mean? If it got too chaotic
Right.
with many people
I
chatting.
don't think I've ever had more than 20, to be honest. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Leslie,
right.
when your next person booked, did you ask if they wanted the same type of party, or did you just say, you know, do you want the same type, or did you offer different types, or what did you do?
So, it kind of depends. Like usually I do offer different types. Most of the gals I interact with are not local, so in person would not be one that I do offer that if I know it's a local person. But typically I'll say like, hey, I can do more of a traditional Facebook party, or we can do, you know, I have this new style messenger. So like the gal that did this party with me, she's done Facebook parties in the past. So she knew like what the comparison was. And she was like, hey, we've never tried a messenger one. Let's try it. With this new gal, she's never done a party with me. She's never ordered from me before. And so I just suggested, I was like, would you like to do something similar to what we did with Lindsay's? We've got St. Patrick's in spring coming out this month. We could kind of base it around that. So that was how I approached it with her.
Okay. And she wanted to keep the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Leslie or anybody, would you encourage or, well, not encourage, but mention that after the party is done, that night your half an hour is done, you can mute the the chat, or would you just not mention that at all? Because then they might not come back to it later, things might get lost. I mean, I know, like, I probably wouldn't want to post things during business hours and ding their phone and have people get all weird about messenger things popping up during. Have you had that issue come up?
I have not personally had that issue. I mean, I have my notifications like muted. So like during my teaching day, I don't really usually see any of that unless I
Sure.
specifically go in. I try to be mindful. Like a lot of times I'm up with my kids at 5 a.m. and I try to make sure that I'm not responding to a question at 5 o'clock when I see it.
Sure.
But I haven't had anyone say that, and I haven't brought it up
Okay.
either, like that you can mute it.
Okay, well, and I suppose anybody that's familiar enough with the chat feature can probably figure that out. So, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for Leslie? I love that. I think it's such an easy way to approach somebody about having a party. You know, I think when a lot of people went from in-home to Facebook, people felt more comfortable with Facebook, so they didn't have to clean their house or whatever. And then I think this is even now that some people are tired of the Facebook party look, this is just simple. And if they already know their friends like the product, it's really easy to get them in there. I mean, my theory always is if you know you're going to order it and your friends are going to order it, why not one of you get the rewards for it and take turns doing that, right? So this is
Yeah.
such an easy way, but then they can bring new people to it too that can learn about it as well.
Well, and that's what, like I said at the beginning, I tried when I was, tweaking this to make it work for me. I tried to think about like, what do I like as a person sitting in a party?
Right.
And I don't have the time. I don't take the time to scroll through all the different posts. Maybe when Facebook parties were newer to me or a product was newer to me, sure. But I personally just know, like, Anita Roy in the training that she did, she said the same thing. And she said she's like the worst person to invite to a party. And I was like, I kind of feel that way myself. Like, I know what it takes to like obviously do this, but I'm not a good participant.
Yeah, I went to a Pampered Chef one back at Christmas time, and you had to scroll so far back because it was just tons of posts every single day. And I thought, oh my gosh, is that, when we have too many posts, is that what it ends up looking like? It's overwhelming.
Well, and not having to schedule all those posts and coming up with all those graphics.
Right.
10 sounds amazing.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, and I didn't say this, but how I set it up for myself is I typed everything, which I'm going to share that with you guys. I typed up what I knew I wanted to make sure I said, and then I copied and pasted it in the messenger. And then when I was ready for the next thing I wanted to say, I copied and pasted. And now I have that template that I don't have to retype, and I can just use and use and use.
Did you have it in a Google Doc or where did you put it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in a Google Doc.
Yeah, brilliant. And then you can just tweak it according to each party.
Right.
So smart. Thank you so much for sharing. We so
Yeah.
appreciate it, Leslie. We're excited.
Thanks for having me.
So the challenge is
Yes.
for everyone to try to get one messenger party to practice it.
Well,
and I'm gonna
I'll-
go ahead.
because she can highlight 3 other things if it's the same friends doing another thing. So it's actually a great idea to do it that way than trying to share like we've all been trying to share in our parties. So I like that. I
Yeah.
interrupt. Sorry, that was rude.
No,
Apologize.
no, that's totally fine. I know it's getting late, so I'm going to share really quick, just in case people don't know where this is. I'm going to share. Color Street has, like Leslie said, she tweaked it from Color Streets. So if you go into your virtual office and come over here to Stylus Assets, can you guys see my screen?
I'm making it bigger.
So go to Stylus Assets. Beauty Social Assets, Beauty Social 2024. Here's a Canva scroll party template. So you just click use new template. If you guys have, we've shared templates before, which are awesome because it allows people to go in and change what they want in Canva without changing it for everybody. So be sure you read everything through it, but I'll just show you really quickly if you don't know how to make changes. You would go in, you know, hi, my name is, obviously. You'd highlight. Oops. Oh, why won't, there we go. My name is Debbie Brime, your Color Street stylist. Read it all, don't just assume, because there's, you know, make sure it's your verbiage, there's nothing you'd want to change. I would take this gal, delete her. I would come over to my uploads. I already put some pictures in here that I could choose from. Let's just say I choose this one. And I could do background if I want.
I didn't even know this was here. This is awesome.
Yeah, they just updated it. They had had one for a while and it was very outdated. So she has a
Oh.
video here. So watch this video. You could, I would not leave her in there because she even says I'm your Color Street stylist, but she tells you exactly what to say. She's from
Gotcha.
home office. So you can make your own little video and put it in there. Okay, again, you're going to put your hostess's name in here. So you're just double clicking, you know, highlight. You guys know how to do that, right? If I'm going too fast, stop me. You come down. So make sure you're reading, like right here, you'd want your phone number here. I want to host, put your phone number there. They have videos embedded in here, which are great. It's telling about the products, the nail strips. Again, a quick video. So this is a little different from Leslie's in that you could just put this in there and people can kind of scroll through it at their leisure. I like how Leslie has it where she's doing interacting. So again, it's just different. Or maybe you can take this and figure out a way to, you know, do that, have this ahead of time and before the party, and then during the party, people could ask questions and you could highlight things. So, you know, use it how you want to use it, but this is just another way, a great resource. It's going through the, you know, the makeup,
Trying
again,
to listen to her.
the videos. The only other thing I wanted to come down and show you, okay, so like right here, join my VIP group. So you would want to put your link. So click it. Hang on, I want, just a sec, redo that. I had it before I could get it where, no,
Yeah, when you highlighted it, the little link button popped up.
it did. See, I'm not seeing it now. Oh, there it is. Okay.
yeah.
Thanks, Amanda. So now I could put my own VIP group. So I would have copied and pasted my VIP group. And let's see what I have in here right now. Oh, there you go. Look at, I have a shopping link. Okay. It's already put in there. So now my VIP group is in there. Call or text me. Look at there. There's a little pencil and now I can edit it to, oops, to my phone number. Oops. Geez, I have fat fingers today. So now my phone number is in there if they click on it. So again, you can edit that phone number. Wherever, look, they have the subscription boxes. And you could always add anything else. Join team, I would click here. And again, you put your, you know, you go on your website to the enroll button and copy and paste that link to get it to be the one that links right into your website with enrolling. And then you could click here and add in your Facebook. So it's I think this is a great resource. It's done for you. You could change whatever you want, but if you don't want to change anything, you just have to update your own stuff into all the little spots. So that's another great resource that you could use for a quick scrolling party. You could send that to people through text, through Messenger. Like I said, if you'd want to add conversation like Leslie did with it after, you could tweak how it works for you. But I also have another scrolling party that somebody shared in one of my groups. And like I said, I have some really pretty graphics from beauty bars that people have shared. So I'll get all those posted too. One's a Galentine's Day one is just regular with all the current products. So we have lots of things out there, resources out there. All right. So I challenge you. All right. So some of us are going to be gone at Leader Summit. We're going to be putting out like a challenges for everybody while we're gone. But one of those challenges is to get a messenger or text beauty bar if you haven't done one before and try it. So that means reaching out to people to ask them, right? I even thought of one thing I might do is go in my VIP group. You could even you could ask people in there and say, who wants to try test out my new messenger party? If you do, comment here and I'll add you to my messenger Galentine party. So you could then test one in there, or you could even post like the Color Street one that I just showed you in your VIP group and say, oh my gosh, check out my new scrolling party. Who wants to be the first person to get your friends together in a text chat and look at this is the whole party right here, and your friends can see exactly what Color Street is and place their order. So that's
Debbie?
another, what's that?
Debbie,
Yeah.
I did that. I did that in my group.
How'd it
Wasn't
work?
even my VIP group. I did it on my regular page. And I asked 20 people, and 12 people got on, and I made my goal for the month. And
Yeah,
I
Lynn.
used just videos. I pre-recorded videos and less than 1 minute. And I just text everybody and said, what do you like? Did you like the videos? And they said, yeah, they really liked the videos. So, and I told them I named it Quick Beauty Bar,
Yeah.
So it's another idea.
So what did you put on your regular page?
I took people from my regular page, not from my VIP page, people who hadn't really ever purchased before. But I said, I'm experimenting with something new. I'm only inviting a few people. How about, helping me out? And I posted it. I said I was going to do it, and I forgot the Lions game was on. So I kept changing the time. So finally I just posted it. But the girl that was on, you gotta be on. You can't, you get more feedback and, more orders, but I probably got 4 or 5 orders from it.
New people.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go through my regular page. I got 1,000 people on my regular page. So I'm just going to go and ask them, if they've ever tried it, if they want to participate. And so you can kind of go back in too and say,
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And just say, I'm doing this really fun, fast, easy.
Yeah. And if it's pre-recorded, all you do is boom, boom, boom. So, okay.
I'm just telling people a little bit about Color Street, wondering if you want to hear more about it. I can add you to this messenger group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lynn, did you make like every post you did was a video? Is that what you mean, honey?
Well, no, I added some graphics. I added I did a little quick one on the mascara, and I said, full disclosure, I don't wear it. I wear false eyelashes, but everybody I know loves it. And then I posted, some graphics on it, and but maybe questions and answers would be a good thing. I don't know. It's just, but it was quick and short, and it got me where I wanted to be, and it got new people involved. So
I want to get new people, so that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, you can do it live too. You can do it, just do the videos live, but it's just easier if it's posted already.
Yeah.
So you did it in a messenger group or in a Facebook group?
In a messenger group. I did it all in a messenger group. Yeah. I mean, I meant, it's easier if they're pre-recorded and then you add them to the messenger group from my phone, you know,
Yeah,
for the
Yeah.
party. Yeah. So
perfect.
Just another idea.
All right, so that's the challenge, to get at least one messenger group that going where you're doing that, like Leslie with posts, whether you're doing that scrolling one from Color Street where it's, you just post that all at once. But getting some people in there and trying it if you have not tried it, or texting. It could be a text group too. But trying some new avenues that's a really non-threatening way, I think. People aren't even going to hear party. Do you want to get in my messenger group and I'm going to teach people about our new products? We have so many new ones.
Do you think people would want to read it more or watch the video, like videos more?
I asked my people just now and I got 3 responses, said they like the videos, but everybody's different. You gotta, just kind of feel your way, I think. Maybe you
Lynn,
could.
would you be willing to share 1 or 2 of your videos and beautifully polished and say this
Oh,
is what I
gosh,
did in mine?
They're very, yeah, I'll share it. Sure.
You don't mind?
Oh,
Just
no.
you're
An
adorable.
idea of what you did. I bet you're so cute.
Oh,
She is. She's
thank you.
always adorable. I see her on her own page.
Yeah.
I saw
Well,
you make the cute little video at my house at Christmas time.
Oh, thank you. But I don't, they're not polished at all. And I think people like that. Like I said, full
Exactly, they do.
disclosure, I don't even wear the mascara, but it's great, So,
Perfect. Any other questions or comments on these formats of parties? Is everybody excited to try them? If you haven't
Yes.
already,
Definitely. Thank you.
Yep.
I think it's a great way to get some new people and new excitement going. And don't forget, we have lots of new products. And I'm sure a lot of those people on your Facebook don't even know about. The ones that have ignored your nail polish because they don't wear nail polish. Now you have a reason to go to them and they can't ignore you anymore.
Little Starbucks workers that can't wear it.
Right? Yeah.
They can
So now
lip
they can
balm.
wear mascara.
That's right.
Yep. So perfect. Well, thank you so much, Leslie. Your party was perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, Lynn. Love your idea. I think
Yep.
I think we're gonna get some good response out of this.
Yeah, this was awesome.
All right.
Thank
Look forward to our
Thank
challenge
you.
for when we're at Summit, because we will give you guys a challenge.
Awesome.
All
Have a
right.
great time, ladies.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, everyone.
Bye.
See you later.
bye-bye.
Bye.